I am just getting everything together here, Pebbles. Give me just a second. Just want to make sure that's working. It is. Hooray. Hi, everybody. My name's Sakutian. I hope you all are having a good day. Oh my god. Okay. That is doing what I needed to do. That's good. Hi, welcome to the first ever Tower Tours. This is an idea I had back when I started streaming, when I left console streaming. Hi, Atomic. When I left console streaming, I wanted, and like, I got my PNG, and I got my lore and stuff. I was like, oh man, I want to do these. And, I didn't do them for all the time up till today for a bunch of reasons. I was like, oh, I could do this, and I could do that, and I could make it like this, and I could do this thing. And I was like, I was working on it this week because I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm ready to go. And every time I sat down to work on it, I was like, it's wrong. I don't like it. I don't like what I'm doing. It's not gonna be good if I do it like this. So I basically was like working on it and getting the stuff together. I'm like, it's just not right. It's not coming together in the way I want it to. So I looked at what was bothering me with it, and I figured it out. And it's gonna be different than what this Tower Tours has gone through like 3 iterations of ideas. And I'm finally like, I'm like, this is one I like, that I'm actually happy with. That like when I go to hit live, I'm not like, oh, this is good. I'm gonna have fun with this now. Give me just a sec. I am getting everything pulled up here. So if you're wondering like, well, what the hell is Saku gonna do with this, I will tell you in just a second, as soon as I get the image that I need. Got it. And it's itty bitty, but that's okay. Alright, so Tower Tours is kind of be where I'm just going to talk about stuff. And it's just stuff that I'm fixated on, or things I think are cool. I live in a magic tower. We can go anywhere. We can look at anything, pretty much. So I'm just going to talk about stuff. And chat, if you want to talk, that is great. If you just want to vibe while I talk about things, that's totally cool too. But I didn't want to just like do one topic, because then I was like, it becomes very lectury. And if y'all aren't happy with the topic, then it's like, oh, well, they didn't like that. And then I can't talk about it. So this way I can talk about things that maybe I like, that chat's not interested in as much. But then it's not the whole thing. So first up, we're visiting another tower. This is the Tower of Omens from Thundercats. This is the original Tower of Omens design. Tower of Omens is one of the Thundercats bases. The Thundercats is an animated series that came out many, many years ago. It follows a group of refugees from the destroyed planet of Thundera, the Thundercats, who crash land on Third Earth, which is like alternate Earth. It's Earth. It's Earth, but everything's weird. There's robot bears and a mummy that's pissed off all the time, and everything is a little wild, and like these humanoid cats land there and build a giant cat that they live in, and they run around and they fight evil, and I ate it with both hands. I loved that show. I used to run home to watch that show. I love the Thundercats. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. That show went for a lot of seasons, and it was not like, you know, just like, oh, here's an episode. It wasn't like Looney Tunes or whatever, where it was like every episode was completely divorced from everything else that was going on. There were ongoing plot elements and things that they did. Give me one sec. Someone messaged me, and I just want to see why. All right. that is train. Everything is fine. I just like checking on my friends to make sure everything is good when people message me. After a few seasons, they decided, hey, we need to have a whole new group of Thundercats. So originally you have like Lion-O and Chitara and Tigra and Panthro and Wily Kit and Wily Cat and Snarf. And later on they were like, well, we're going to bring in some new Thundercats. The second wave of Thundercats. Probably because they could sell more action figures and stuff. And they brought in Bengali, who's like a white tiger. They brought in Lynxo, who is a blind lynx. They brought in Pumaira, who was another female Thundercat and was a puma. And they brought them in, and the cool thing with them is those characters weren't Thundercats initially. They were Thundarians. Thundaria explored a lot of the Thundercats explored a lot of cool elements. Like they kind of like did a whole episode about how indentured servitude is bad. Right? Good. That's a bad thing. And I was like, wow. And like little me is just watching like, wow, indentured servitude is bad. I didn't think I really needed to be told that, but it's nice to see a show address how it's bad. But Thundercats were like kind of how, you know, every person who lives in a country isn't necessarily in the government or the army or what have you. You know, those people go through specialized training and they have a specific role in that society. Whereas Thundarians have a special role, but their role would be more like, you know, they're people who are just vibing. It'd be like me. I would not be a Thundercat. I would just be a Thundarian. Like, here, look, I'll show you. Let me grab my art for this. So, if I just lived on Thundara, I would be this dude, probably just vibing out. Let me see here. Where did I put this? Here you go. Oh my god, it's huge. Why is it so big? Oh, I know why it's doing that. One sec. Let me fix that. Boop. There you go. This art's by Atomic. So I would just be a cat man. I'd just be a cat man living on Thundara. But they also introduced, for a lot of the show, they were fighting mutants. The mutants were these creepy dudes from another planet. The moons of, you know, they were from Plundar. There was like a lizard and a vulture and a monkey and a jackal, and they were just generally unpleasant. They fought a bunch of other threats, though. It wasn't just those mutants. There was also Vulture Man. They fought Mumra a bunch. But they introduced the Lunatics, who were like these dudes who had a whole new set of powers. And it was also around the same time they introduced the new Thundercats. And basically, they shook things up, and they were like, well, we need a new base because we have these new enemies. So they built this thing. And it was pretty cool. It was exciting. And I always liked the design of it because, like, you know, it was this big tower with, like a lookout station. And they had, you know, the big Thundercats insignia. And they had, like, they brought this back later on. They did do a second Thundercat. Well, they've done 3 Thundercat series now. I have not watched the other 2. I watched some of the second season, or second series. It wasn't really for me, but that's okay if you like it. Go off. Nope. That is the wrong button. I grabbed the wrong button. Okay. You can go away. I don't need you right now. I need this other image. There we go. Okay, so then, like, when they brought the Thundercats back for another series many years later, this is the new Tower of Omens. It's like a big tower that's, like, built in kind of... It's not really hidden, but it's kind of built into a waterfall, so it's kind of hidden. Like, you know, you might not see it from certain angles. This is the remake one. Yes, this is from the remake. Atomic, I'm going to stream as soon as you go to sleep again. I'm going to go live so you lose your 45 stream streak. I threatened Atomic the other day. She ate my ice cream sandwich, and I was like, I'm going to stream as soon as you go to bed. As soon as you go to bed, and you're going to lose your streak. And that's what's going to happen. But But yeah, this is the second design. It's pretty good. It's a cool design. I didn't really like the new Thundercats show that much. They did a lot of things with it that I was like, I can't vibe with this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to the other design because I like it more. But what was funny was, like, after a certain point, like, in the original show, the Thundercats find out that Thundara is back. There's new Thundara. And that was your introduction to the Thundercats? Well, I've introduced you to a better show, Atomic. We've watched a bunch of the original episodes, and they're better. So, I'm glad that you're here. They, basically, most of the Thundercats go back to New Thundara, and they have adventures there. And, because there's a secret. Well, that's like the little cutesy kid cartoon. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with any of them. But they basically bring in... They're like, okay, well, someone's got to stay on Third Earth because we need to keep an eye on evil. And they leave Tigra. Tigra, who is like one of the first Thundercats, who's like been around for all this stuff. They're like, yeah, Tigra just vibes on Third Earth most of the time. When they did Lion-O's big, you know, he's got to fight all of the Thundercats, you find out Tigra had secret powers all along, but he's been saving them up to use them in Lion-O's rites and passages and things. Like, poor Tigra, like, dude is like, you can turn invisible with your whip. Oh, that's cool. But you can't swim. And it's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, you just can't swim at all. And then they're all like, all right, well, we're going to Thundara. And he's like, well, I'll come too. And it's like, well, no, you're gonna stay. You're gonna vibe in the Tower of Omens. It's like, but the cat slayer's right over there. I built that too. And they're like, no, you're gonna vibe here. You're gonna vibe here on Third Earth. Let me grab some stuff really quick here. I grabbed some videos that we can watch that show you a little bit more about these. Give me just a sec. I am grabbing this. And it's gonna be funny. Because it's not gonna work. Oh my god, it worked. Holy shit, it worked. It worked. It worked. Alright, let me grab this and make you visible. Okay. Good. Great. Okay. So this is from the first Thundercats show.
This, Roberbill, is the Tower of Omens.
We'll locate it right at the opening of the canyon that leads through the Forest of Mists.
But no one can pass through there, Chitara.
I love the Roberbills.
I've got a plan to install fog lamps on all our vehicles. That'll cut right through that soup, Roberbill.
We have to build the Tower of Omens there. It's the ideal spot to monitor
That's
the
Linkzo.
Lunatac's activities. It'll give us the earliest possible warning of a Lunatac attack.
So, Roberbill,
A Lunatac
will you help
attack.
us to build the Tower of Omens?
Yes, Lion-O, we will do it. Helping the Thundercats means helping everyone on Third Earth.
I love the Roberbills. They're just like cute little bear dudes that like want to hang out and chill, and like they every time the Thundercats are like, we need help. I'm gonna show you all this too. Okay, so I was talking about how they brought in the other Thundercats. This is Bengali.
That should do it.
I don't know how you did it.
A Thundarian blacksmith forged that mighty blade, Lion-O. Only another smith, like me, would know the secrets of its alloys.
It's my guess there are some secrets in that hammer, too.
Lion-O, quick!
Like, imagine you fix a dude, you fix this dude's sword, and he's like, I'd imagine it's partially the hammer, too. It's like, okay, dick. Like, rude. Like, alright, next time you break your hammer, I'm not gonna fix it. You can just suck it. Let me grab this. But yeah, so the Tower of Omens is, and they did have a playset and stuff. I didn't grab pictures of that because it's like, I'll be honest with you, I was looking at it and I was like, I don't remember them doing a Thundercats Tower of Omens playset. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, this looks nothing like any of these bases. This is just like a Thundercats playset. It doesn't look like any of them. So the Burbills helped them to build it. It was near the Forest of the Mists. Basically, this is like, again, and I said this before, this is where like the new Thundercats went to live and vibe. So they were like, okay, we've got these new Thundercats. So like Bengali, Linkso, Pumira, and Snarfer, who is another Snarf, not the main Snarf, but there's another Snarf that they call Snarfer. They're here. So whenever you don't see them in an episode and after they show up and people are like, well, where are they? And it's like, it's here. And it's like a little slick trick. It's an old school animator trick to be like, if we have all these Thundercats in every scene, then we're going to have to like animate. Our budget's going to explode because we just added 4 new characters. And they're like, no, we can't do that. So it's like, well, how are we going to keep the budget down? We can't just not have them in scenes. People are going to be like, where's Linkso? Because there's always going to be one person who loves the new characters. And they were like, well, we'll just build them a new base, and it's to fight the new bad guys. And we'll talk more about them a little bit later. But I love the Tower of Omens. I think it's cool. I think the design is cool. I like this version the best because it's the one that I came up with, and it just looks cool. It just looks neat. The other one just looks not as good to me. It's just like, it's fine. It's a base. It exists. Hi, everybody. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I have a reason why we are pausing before I start my music back up. Give me 1 sec. I am grabbing another video here. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the Tower of Omens and the Thundercats and all that good stuff. Alright, I do not want this to play, because if it plays, it's going to ruin everything. So I'm going to hope it worked the first time, so I would like it very much to work again, because that would be nice. So we're going to be nice. Holy shit, it worked. Everything's working today. Everything's working. It's amazing. All right, let me bring this up. All right. So I'm going to make myself smaller for a minute so you all can see this, because we're about to go on another little a jaunt. We're going on a trip in a secret rocket ship. Check this shit out.
Now here's the part that's too good to be
No.
Dumbo Circus, flying out of the sky. You'll never see another show like this. Dumbo Circus, to see an elephant fly is something that you really shouldn't miss. Dumbo Circus, flying from town to town. Now here's the part that's too good to be true. Dumbo Circus is coming to visit you.
With thrills and chills and daring do.
And lots of great adventures too.
There will be music
And magic.
I hope you can come.
There'll be a few surprises, and we'll have lots of fun. Dumbo Circus, flying from town to town. Now here's the part that's too good to be true. Dumbo Circus is coming to visit. You won't want to miss it. Coming to visit you.
So that's Dumbo's Circus.
See?
No, get out of here.
The great
We don't need the children. We don't need the kids. Get out of here, kids. I absolutely loved this show. I loved Dumbo's Circus. Dumbo's Circus, and I am going to say this, and people are going to fight me on it. So Dumbo's Circus is a weird little cross-section. Give me 1 sec. I am grabbing an image that I got for it here. Again, I'm warning you now. Tower Tour is gonna be weird. There is no transitional material. It's just kind of me talking about whatever I want to talk about. Everyone's the hell is Dumbo's Circus? It's nightmare fuel. I love it. Okay, so Dumbo's Circus is about Dumbo. Dumbo the elephant. You saw him. He's a little cute elephant. He flies with a feather. And his big old floppy ears. This was a show. It originally aired from like 1985 to 1986 for about a year. They got about a year out of it. And then it was reruns. It was only reruns, and it ran until 1997. They did a year's worth of episodes of this show, and then it ran until 1997. They got 10 times as much out of the reruns as they did out of the actual show. Most of the cast members, as you saw, are like animal people in puppet suits. A lot of those people went on to star in other radio programs after this show ended. The wagon they used that we see in that was on the studio backlot at Disney MGM in Lake Buena Vista, Florida for like a few years. So it is an actual wagon. This is back before CGI was a thing. Who is messaging me? And it's Atomic, and that's why Atomic's being quiet. Okay, that explains it. Alright, so I'm just looking over my notes here really quick. Yeah. Okay. So basically, Dumbo's grown up in this. Dumbo's not a baby elephant anymore. Dumbo is a big adult elephant. And they made Dumbo talk, which is weird. But Dumbo basically was like, I'm going to start my own circus. And Dumbo could talk. Dumbo could talk, everybody. And Dumbo was an adult. And like, basically he would fly from town to town and perform the greatest little show on earth, as they called it. Other than Dumbo, none of the other characters from Dumbo were in this. So, like, you know, the mouse and all the other characters from Dumbo's movies weren't in this. It was just Dumbo. They had different characters who had different talents. The main cast, I'm going to go through these here. There was Lionel, who was voiced by Jim Cummings and performed by Sharon Bard. It was a high-pitched Brooklyn accent lion who serves as Dumbo's right-hand partner. I need to turn my music back on. If I forget to turn my music back on, please tell me. I promise I won't be mad. Like, I'll actually be upset if I, like, go for 20 minutes and don't have the music going, because I don't like talking with no background noise. Okay. He was a sideshow barker. He has a knot in his tail. He was inspired by Timothy Q. Mouse from the 1941 film, and he says goodbye to the viewers at the end of several episodes. Lionel's voice is almost similar to Timothy Q. Mouse as well. However, unlike Timothy Q. Mouse, who wears a red drum major's uniform, Lionel wears a blue uniform. So, like, they kind of had the mouse, but not really, because he's a lion. Then there's Sebastian, who is a purple alley cat, who's usually reduced to janitorial duties and likes to nap any chance he gets. He sometimes tricks others to do his work, but sometimes his tricks backfire on him. In the sideshow, Sebastian has a ventriloquism dummy who he calls Sly. Sebastian joined Dumbo and Lionel because Dumbo's mother promised Sebastian's mother that he could travel with them. So Sebastian was kind of like the bad dog, the bad guy. If there was trouble starting on the show, it was usually Sebastian being like, he was lazy. He just wanted to like lay around all the time. Like, okay, you have to sweep up, and he'd be like, I'm gonna trick someone else into doing it. And he's really only there because like Dumbo's mom promised his mom they could come along. Sebastian isn't really bad. He's just kind of a mischievous little devil. He's a tricky little dude. There's Fair Dinkum, also known as Dink, who was voiced by Hal Smith and performed by Patty Maloney. Oh, by the way, Sebastian was voiced by Walker Edmiston. Dink was a koala, and I think Dink and Dinkum are like Australian words, which, if I'm right, that's funny. He serves as a ringmaster of the circus. He is from Australia. He speaks with an Australian accent. There are a few things that Dink is afraid of, including heights and drowning. Well, Dink, I think most people are afraid of drowning. It's at least something to be avoided. His name comes from the Australian phrase fair dinkum. So it is an Australian thing. Okay, cool. He was the first to join Dumbo, Lionel, and Sebastian when they were just starting out. So, like, you know, you have a lion, a cat, and then a koala. It's an odd little circus that we have going. Then you have Barnaby Bowser, voiced by Will Ryan, a goofy dog who is a clown and magician as Barnaby the Great. He's known for saying ah hee 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 whenever he laughs, and speaks with a southern US accent. His magic tricks don't always work out the way he wants them to, and he is a good friend with Lionel and QT. He also gets scared easily. His signature song is I'm Just a Lucky Dog, which he often hums. Barnaby comes from a big family. Let me see here. Barnaby shares a trait with Rabbit from Welcome to Pooh Corner, also voiced by Willie Ryan, as both are gifted magicians. The only difference is that Rabbit's tricks usually work well, whereas Barnaby's don't always work the way he wants them to. Barnaby was the last to join the circus after QT, and Fair Dinkum's twin brother, Rinkum Dinkum, joined up. Then we have Lily, who was voiced by Patricia Paris, a beautiful cat who serves as a tightrope walker in the circus. She's the only female character in the series before Matilda appeared. She sometimes wears glasses because of her bad eyesight, mostly to see things that are very close like books, signs, and to play checkers. She also likes pretty things. Originally from Williamsport, Lily joined the circus after Fair Dinkum, with her mother, Mrs. Lily, giving her blessing. She comes from a long line of high wire walkers, starring Great Grandma Lily, Granny May, and Mrs. Lily, with Lily carrying on the family. She's like one of the Flying Graysons, only she's wasn't orphaned. QT, this is the last of the main cast. Performed by Caleb Chung and voiced by Ron Gans, a slow-witted but good-natured orangutan who is the resident strongman and calliope player. In earlier episodes, he was accompanied by a small pink creature while playing the calliope. He makes friends easily and has other talents like kite making. Sometimes he doesn't know his own strength. QT joined the circus after Lily. And then there are some other characters. There's like Rinkum Dinkum, who's Fair Dinkum's brother. There's Flip and Flap. They're part of the sideshow. They like tell jokes. There's Matilda Dinkum, who is the younger sister. She became an honorary circus timekeeper. I'm looking. There's like Mrs. Jumbo, who's Dumbo's mom, who gave Dumbo the circus cart. She's like an honorary member. So there were like a lot of people in this. I will be 100% honest. I loved watching this. I don't know why, but like Little Saku, this came on and it was my whole world. It was my whole little world. I was fixated on Dumbo. I always liked Dumbo because everyone picked on him. Everyone picked on Dumbo. They gave him a hard time because he had big ears. And I always remembered like the little quote, like, the things that hold you down are gonna lift you up. And like I always and then you get to see like Dumbo did get to have a nice life. He's flying around. He's got a little circus going. He's got friends. He's not, working at the circus where everyone was mean to him. He's got his own thing. He took the things in his life that were rough and he made them good. And I liked that. They also play Welcome to Pooh Corner shorts in this. So like there would be like, like Dumbo Circus stuff where it's like, oh, this is happening. And then Welcome to Pooh Corner was Winnie the Pooh, but with like big giant puppets. And they would do like Pooh stories. And it was really, really cute. And it always like I remember this fondly to this day. If they ever did like a restoration of Dumbo's Circus, I would buy it without hesitation. I love this. Like that song, Dumbo Circus, ba da ba 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 ba, da 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 da. I love it. It's so good. It's such a fun, like little wholesome thing. But let's see. Is there anything else that I really wanted to go in here? I think that's pretty much everything for Dumbo Circus. But yeah, it's a really cute show. You can probably find it floating around. I don't think it's on the Disney Channel streaming or anything like that. Again, it's one of those shows that I think most people forgot about, which is a bummer because it was a fun one. It was fun and I liked it. We're gonna move on to my next topic for the day because I have many. I have many topics to talk about today. This is another one. This is Snarf. If you don't know Snarf, we were talking about Thundercats earlier. Snarf is a Thundercat. He is one of the Thundercats. He is also a Snarf, who is of the species of Snarf. Imagine being from Earth and everyone just called you Earth. Like if you're you know, you're from Earth and you're watching this and like everyone just called you Earth. Like, hey Earth. Luckily they're not on Snarf. So it's like, oh okay. The planet of the Snarfs. Snarf is basically like, so back in the day, for a lot of these shows that they gave us, they would have a sidekick character. Like, think like He-Man had Orko, the Thundercats had Snarf. They'd give you like a little sidekick character who would kind of hang out, and people would usually kind of bully him and be mean to him and be like, oh, the Orko's the worst. I hate Snarf. I love Snarf. Snarf doesn't really have any powers to speak of. He does have some abilities though, and I always liked Snarf. So early on in the show, Snarf starts out as sort of the caretaker for Lion-O, who's going to be the future Lord of the Thundercats. Lion-O's a little kid when his planet's destroyed, and Snarf basically is tasked with keeping Lion-O safe, looking after him, and being his companion. So, like, you know, everybody gives Snarf a hard time because Snarf's worried about, like, Lion-O not getting enough sleep and getting sick. And they're like, you're an old nanny, Snarf. And it's like, well, if he gets sick, it's my responsibility. I've got to look out for him. He's a parent. Lion-O has, like, 2 parents. There's Jaga and there's Snarf. Snarf is the Thundercats' cook. He cooks pretty much everything the Thundercats eat. If you're seeing someone cooking, he is probably the one who cooked it in Cat's Lair. He helps out, he cleans up, he keeps, you know, he does what all the Thundercats really do. He just is, you know, not a 7-foot tall lion. He is a champion bucket kicker. He is the king of kick the bucket. If there is a bucket, he is the man to kick. He is the Snarf to kick it. We love Snarf. He can communicate with animals, which is neat. He has a prehensile tail. He has little claws. You know, he's intelligent. I mean, he can fly a spaceship and stuff. He is down to fight. Snarf fights constantly. He is not the most combat skilled of the Thundercats, but this is a guy who has fought the literal embodiment of evil and saved the Thundercats time and time again. And most of the time, like, you know, all the Thundercats are missing. Did my music die? No, it didn't. Good. It's like Mum-Ra's like, I have captured all of the Thundercats. They are now my prisoners. Wait, let me do this. There you go. I, Mum-Ra, the ever-living evil, have defeated the Thundercats. The hat kind of doesn't sell that I'm Mum-Ra, but oh well. There you go. And then Snarf would like, hello, Trap. Welcome in. We're talking about Snarf. We're talking about Snarf from the Thundercats. And then, like, Snarf would be like, he'd trick him. Thank you. I appreciate it, Trap. He would roll in and he would, like, trick him. He'd be like, oh, Mum-Ra, you're so powerful. Let me clean your house. And Mum-Ra would be like, all right, that's a pretty good deal. I could use a servant. All I have is Mutt-Ra, my blue dog that's fat and lazy. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats! Ho! Yeah, exactly. And Snarf would, like, get the Thundercats out. Snarf was so weird. He's not weird! He's a sweet baby! Look at him! He's not weird. He's a sweet, sweet summer child. Let me grab this. I'm gonna mute my music for a second, so nobody needs to tell me that the music isn't playing, because I just turned it off to grab the next thing here. Okay, is it gonna continue to work? It's been working really well. So I'm very pleased with you today, Internet. You've been working very well. Are you gonna work again? Yeah. It's working. It's working. It's working. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, let me grab my window capture. Window capture. And then make it visible so you can see it. Okay. So this is a Snarf clip I went and found for you all.
They've got the Igora talisman. I'm invincible.
You are a mere furry joke.
I'm no joke. I'm a thundercat. If at first you don't succeed,
Haha! Get wrecked!
Why, you mangy little...
Yeah! Get him, Snarf! He wants the smoke!
Back! Get away from me!
Yeah! Get him!
so brave without your stupid Igora talisman.
I'm doing well, Trap. Thank you.
No! Don't point that thing at me!
Back, lunatic! Back!
Bum, 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 bum. I love Snarf. He gave me so much. He continues to give me joy even as an adult. I love Snarf. He is like... And people like always give the like little sidekick character shit, you know? Like, Snarf's stupid. He just says Snarf and he gets beat up. You just came to say hi in between cooking and showering to get ready for a long shift. Thank you for saying hi, Trap. I hope work goes well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I always appreciate people coming to say hello. Thank you, thank you. Let me grab my image again. Nope. I want Snarf. There. So yeah, Snarf's just like a little dude. He vibes. He's a mentor. He looks after Lion-O. Every time the Thundercats are in trouble, Snarf is like, and like everyone's like, oh, the Thundercats are missing, and it's like usually Snarf. One time they have to fight a giant rat robot, and they decide like, okay, so we made this rat robot, and they're like, yeah, okay, we're cooking, but they're cats, and it's like, yeah, what if we shrank the Thundercats? And it's like, why didn't we just shrink them and then like fight them? It's like, no, and they ride Snarf. And Snarf beats the hell out of a giant rat robot with all the other Thundercats. I just love that clip, because, like, if at first you don't succeed, try. He shows up with all the Thundercats' weapons, and he, like, beats up one of the Lunatics, and it's just like, he chased that dude down. He walked that man down. He was like, and the Sword of Omens was even like, let's do it. The Sword of Omens is like one of the coolest magic swords ever of all time. If I could have a magic sword, I probably wouldn't pick the Sword of Omens because I don't think it would work for me, but it's such a cool magic sword because like it could do so many things. And it's like, you know, oh, it can only be wielded by a good person. It won't respond to the hand of evil. And it's like, I recognize that you're a good person, Snarf. I see what you're doing. We're gonna step in and we're gonna help you. And then they beat the hell out of that guy. I need to see, like, can we get a hoe in chat? Like a Thundercats hoe? I love Thundercats. I weep when Jaga dies in the original show. Like the first episode. Oh, it makes me cry. I love it so much. Alright, so we've talked about Snarf. Snarf is very, very cute. Snarf may be atomic. I don't know. We're going to talk about candy for anybody. There is no transitional material to these streams now. It's just me talking about whatever pops into my head. So we're going to talk about candy for a minute. I think that'll wake Atomic up and be like, oh, candy. I like candy. Yo, candy. Hi, Atomic. Candy is good. I enjoy candy. Let me grab this. This is another one from, it's formative. It's very near and dear to the little Saku heart. Alright, and goodbye, Snarf. We'll talk to you later. Oh! Thundercats! Let me see here. Okay, window capture. And that was a Luro, by the way. That's the name of the Lunatic that he was fighting. Okay. I'm gonna get smaller for a second so you can see the video. Alright. Oh, wait. I got my music going still. Let me turn that down. Turn my music down. There we go. Okay. Alright. We got it. We got it.
Now, we have so much time and so little to do. What you are witnessing is the making of a confectionery masterpiece, Shock Tarts. And this is how we put the shock in Shock Tarts. The end result, 78 kajillion volts of edible dynamite. Sure, there's a slight risk involved, but that's a chance you'll have to take.
Shock Tarts. World of Wonka.
Okay, so if you're like, what the hell is a Shock Tart? What is this? Shock Tarts were my favorite candy. They were my favorite candy. I loved these things. They were like these little soft, chewy candies. And they were like, they were sour, but they weren't like crazy sour. They were like just sour enough to be like, They were the kind of thing that like, if you were looking for a crazy sour candy, people would be like, these aren't sour. And then they'd be like, you gotta try Warheads. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to eat Warheads. Warheads are gross. They taste bad. They taste like death. Let me turn my music back on here. And let me close that, because we don't need that. And let me grab my image, because it's weird to sit here and have people be like, what the hell is he talking about? And nothing ever works. The whole, okay, great. Why don't you want to show me the image? No, go away. Get out of here. Get out of here. Pop up. It's trying to, okay. That's really weird, because it's like showing me the image, but not showing me the image. One sec. I'm cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get there. We're making it happen. Okay, you know what? I have a different solution to this problem. Screenshots are like just so easy to do because like nowadays with all the images and things, everything's like, oh no, that's the wrong kind of image. I'm just gonna do this. Screw you. There. All right, so these are what they look like. Like, they all came in like a little roll, that you could like open on either end, and then they came out with bags because, of course, they did. I loved all the flavors. Everything except yellow was pretty great. Yellow was like the ones that you'd have at the end. If you ever see these are shockers, which is like the same thing, but they just like, we're shockers. Yeah, I'm grabbing an image of like the older wrappers, because like the candy hasn't been made in probably like 20 years. This candy is older than like, this candy could walk around and vote if it was still around today. Shock Tarts. I just love sour candy. I think they're great. And like, these were great because they were kind of sweet, so you could like suck off the sour part and then like get like a little sweet taffy thing. And it was great. I loved them. They were awesome. You'd always find them at like gas stations and like convenience stores, like grocery stores. I never remember seeing Shock Tarts there. I never remember seeing them there, but I'd always see them at gas stations. So it was like kind of special because I'd be like, oh, I want Shock Tarts. Or like they'd have them occasionally. Like they were never like a movie theater candy. You know, you never walked in like, would you like some Shock Tarts? No, I'd like some of those nasty ass junior mints that you have. Yeah, that's just what I want. Really cheap, shitty chocolate wrapped around a cum ball of mint. Yep. You have found. Hello, Junior Mints. Would you like me to sponsor your product? But yeah, these are great. If you ever see Shock Tarts in real life or Shockers, tell me. Buy them for me. I will pay an unseemly amount of money for Shockers and Shock Tarts. They are all expired. I would eat them anyway. I don't care. I don't care how much they would make my tummy hurt. I would still eat them. I would eat them just for the wave of nostalgia to be like, oh my god, these are amazing. They're like my #1 favorite candy. I love Shock Tarts. You have no idea. This is probably the most I've talked about a candy. Atomic, do you have an opinion about Shockers? I'm waiting for you to chime in here. Poor Atomic. Atomic is just like... Atomic is the... is... You've never had them. Never mind. Fine. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're gonna talk about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm moving on. We're moving on. We're gonna go talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, so... I want to talk about a spell in Dungeons and Dragons today. We're talking about True Strike. Yeah, True Strike. Okay. I love D&D. I have done some D&D streams. I used to do an RPG podcast. I have a lot of thoughts about True Strike as a spell. There are a lot of content creators who are in that sphere who like to take a dump on True Strike and just kind of use it as the layup for it's the worst spell. It's the worst spell ever. Oh my god, True Strike is truly the worst. Actually, True Strike is the worst spell. No one should take it. And I think that True Strike needs someone to give it, like, I want to be here for True Strike because it is not the worst spell. It just fundamentally isn't. It's not the best spell, but it's definitely not the worst. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna wait. I'm pausing my music for a second because I need you all to hear this. I want to be the person who, like, when True Strike is getting bullied, and then you hear this.
Fear not, citizens. Hope has arrived.
Because I am here. True Strike gets shit on in myriads of videos. People are always just kind of like, True Strike is the worst spell. It's bad. What does it do? Some of you are probably being like, what the hell is True Strike? It is in Baldur's Gate 3 too, by the way. Okay, so here is True Strike. I'm going to read the description for you all. True Strike is a cantrip divination. It's a divination cantrip. I like putting the school before the level of spell, but that's just me. Do with that what you will. So it's a divination cantrip. Divination is the realm of magic for, like, seeing the future, finding the unseen, seeking knowledge. If you're, you know, scrying and all that good stuff. If you like blue magic, you're probably familiar with divination. It takes one action to cast this spell. So it's what you're doing on your turn. If you have one action, you have your move, you have your reaction, and your action. So I'm going to cast True Strike. The range is 30 feet, so it's not super far range. You're going to be reasonably close to something. Most things are going to be able to get to you. It is a target that is in range. So it is interesting that it just says a target that is in range. It has sympathetic components, so that it doesn't burn up any resources. You don't have to be carrying, like, Atomic's left shoe to cast this spell. The duration is for concentration. It is a concentration spell, up to 1 round. It is in the spell books of bards, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards, and spellblades. So it's in a pretty good range of things. Druids and stuff like that, I guess, can't really do it. You extend your hand and point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this spell hasn't ended. Now, I want to highlight why people say this spell is bad, and the examples they use, because they all kind of use the same scenario. You run into a room, there's a bunch of enemies in there, let's say in this instance, kobolds. You, being a wizard cat, go, I'm gonna do True Strike, and I cast True Strike. Okay, I don't have any other spells or anything I can really do. That's the end of my turn. And then the kobold is going to run up, smack you. You fail your concentration save. You don't get advantage. And you just blew through your whole turn and accomplished nothing, and you feel bad. This portrays to me two things. Actually, three. The first is a lack of creativity on the part of those players. The second is a lack of roleplay on the part of those players. And the third is your GMs are hurting you. Your GMs are hurting you badly. So we're going to go through this. One, the day of the wizard with the -6 concentration saving throw as a default, it's kind of like the bard that's always horny, or the barbarian who's always like as dumb as a rock. Characters have grown beyond tropes. You can always lean into tropes, that can be fun, but like every wizard doesn't have to be walking around like, I have 1 hit point, don't hurt me, please. Like, dude, you're a wizard. You're gonna probably have to fight something at some point. Eat a sandwich. Beef up a little bit. Like, so yeah, there's a chance that you're gonna get hit. I love when people take spells that have nothing to do with making them. I love creative spell choice. There's so many spells in games that never get picked, like Skywrite. Skywrite is this awesome spell. It literally is like low level. You can write messages in the clouds and like the sky, like you're a little skywriter. And I almost never see anyone take it or do anything with it because everyone's like, nah, man, I just want fireball. Think about Caleb. You think Caleb is like, we've seen Caleb. Caleb will punch you in the face. If he runs out of spell slots, that man did not run out of hands. He will punch you in the face if that's... It's just like, wait, I have to find it now. I have to find it. I have to find the thing. We need it. We need it in our lives. I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I found it. Okay. We found it. We found it. Okay, I will bring you back in a minute, True Strike. I promise. We're not done. We're not done redeeming you yet. All right. Pop this. Pop that. Pop everything. Here he is.
We never finished our dance, Mecha Man.
Actually, I got the guy for you.
Oh, wow, you really think this little fucking Lucky Charm is a match?
He's got a special move.
He reloaded. He reloads. I love him. I love Punch Up. That Punch Up's great. Dispatch is great. I posted a Dispatch clip today, and I love that there's... All of the Dispatch clips did so well, and I love that, and I love that people still are loving on that game. Y'all funded some Throne stuff, by the way. The pre-order dates are over for the merch, but like I've got Dispatch merch coming. I got a shirt and a mug. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for. I love Dispatch. It's such. I might play Dispatch again. Probably not this month. Maybe next month. I still have a bunch of achievements to get in that game. All right, so we're gonna go back to talking about True Strike. So yeah, I like when people pick spells that they like. I like that people pick the spells that they think are fun. And okay, you walked in on Punch Up. Who's getting the speed bag treatment? People who say anything bad about True Strike. Hi, Train. People who say anything bad about True Strike, that's me walking up to punch them in the nuts because they're just wrong. God, I wish if I had arms, that would be like one of the toggles I would ask Liara to do for me, like just like cha-cha, cha-cha. Okay, so in the example I was using, where you have like, you run into a room, there's a bunch of kobolds, you're the wizard, you cast True Strike, and you are getting a little testy. Oh, very clever. I applaud that. That's not even a dad joke. That was just a good joke, Train. Okay, so you have 30 feet. So yes, there is every chance in the world that I, as a GM, am going to see you go, you cast True Strike on my kobold. Well, he sees you do that. He's gonna run up and try to punch you in the face. Now, let's assume worst case scenario. You fail your concentration saving throw, you lose your turn. You've got that kobold locked down. it's gonna have to use resources now to get out of that situation. You took damage on it, sure, probably in most instances, unless you're, you know, or you can sucker it and be like, I readied my, use it like, I love like the Toreador approach. I run in, I cast True Strike, and then I'm like, I'm waiting for this kobold to come charging me, and then it's like, shield, wait, what? And then like the kobold just like runs into it. It spawns creativity and synergy in your spells to like kind of make things happen and work with the situation. Everything is not going to go perfectly. There's going to be times you cast a spell and you get counterspell. There's going to be times that you cast a spell and you find out, oh, this monster has immunity to that effect because they're special and they're unique, and your GM isn't just pulling them out of the monster manual. I love doing that, by the way. If you've ever played D&D with me, there's almost a 100% chance that I've whipped out some creature and people will be like, actually, that dragon doesn't have immunity to fireball. And I'm like, actually, it's not the as-written monster, and it does. So don't tell me my monster stats, please. Fa la 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 la, fuck right off. Wait a sec, I thought that was funny. I'm saving that. Save that. Actually, blue dragons do not have immunity to fire, and I'm like, this one does. The other thing that I like with True Strike, and I'm gonna grab a video here, and this is dedicated to Atomic. This is dedicated to Atomic because Atomic is gonna get all excited when she sees this. So give me one sec. I am sorry, it takes me a minute to get everything pulled up here. Let me see here. I'm trying to find this very specific. Fa la 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 la, fuck right off. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, no. Okay, I'm trying to make sure this video doesn't play as I load it up. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. I think it's working now. Okay, I got it. It's working. All right, here we go. Get ready. I am putting the video on screen for you all. True Strike, we're gonna lose you for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. We're gonna lose you for just a minute, but we'll bring you right back. Why is it not showing? Ah, good. It worked.
Dynamite kid. Get him, Hercules.
Okay, so that wasn't the move that I wanted to find. I wanted to find the champ is here. You know, the champion arrives! Hercule rolling in. Go into I love that. I love Hercule. Like, Hercule is so fun. I love talking about Hercule with Atomic. I feel like me and Atomic are two of the few people who actually like Hercule for the right reasons. It's like, alright. So, if I'm a kobold, and a group of adventurers roll into my little nest area, and one of them wearing robes and like holding magic items and very clearly kind of wizardy is like, I cast True Strike. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be like, what the hell did he just cast on me? You could lie. You could be like, I cast the spell of shit your pants. Lie to them. They don't know. They don't know what you just cast. Kobolds only live for a couple of years. Trick them! Use your cantrips well. You can cast it an infinite number of times. Oh my god, you wasted a turn in Dungeons and Dragons? It's the worst thing that anyone's ever done. I like it. I think it's fun. I think True Strike gets a lot of... shit that is unearned. It's not that bad of... It's not even a bad spell. Especially if you're gonna, like, mix it up and you want to... I want to be, like, a wizard monk. Cool. You can roll in just like blah 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 blah. And it's also a nice way to counter GMs who give you disadvantage. If you are playing as game and you find yourself like, oh, I have disadvantage on this attack. True Strike. It's like, I feel like True Strike is never going to be the best spell in the game, but it's so long it's been labeled as the worst spell. And it just, again, betrays an old-fashioned way. It's very, very old-fashioned thinking about your spells and your game and your opponents and your players and your GM. Every spell has value. Every spell can be fun. I like Fog Cloud. I love, like, just being able to be like, Batman. Big cloud. You know, roll in there, kick down. It's like, okay, we're going to go in here. You're going to kick down the door. I'm going to cast True Strike. And I'm gonna be like, I am a pissed off wizard! And like, all the kobolds are like, I'm not going anywhere near that guy. He's came in and did something. I don't know what he did to me. I cast Explode in the next 30 seconds. There are spells in this game that will just be the end of you. Heat metal? No. But yeah, True Strike doesn't deserve the shit that it gets. It just doesn't. This has been my talk about True... Speaking of getting shit, we're going to talk about someone else here. Let me grab... Goodbye, True Strike. Thank you for being my guest today. This is Stingray. We're going to have a little conversation about my buddy Stingray. Marvel, you're launching a whole new thing. You're doing a whole, like, Doomsday. For the love of Christ, can we get this man in a movie or a show or something? He's amazing. He's awesome. So some of you are looking at this going, who the hell is this guy? Stingray is one of Marvel's characters who they forget about until they need a guy to go under the water, and then they forget about him again for like 10 more years. I am grabbing... Sorry, I'm puppeting myself very carefully here, so bear with me while I do that. Okay, so Stingray is a character who has been around, I'm double checking the year, since 1967. He first appeared in Tales to Astonish. He is an engineer and an oceanographer. His real name is Walter Newell. Years later, he showed up as Stingray in Submariner number 19, which was written in 1969, or published in 1969. More recently, he was in the Avengers World series. He was in Deadpool Mercs for Money, which came out in 2016. He was in some Avengers books in 2018. He's hung out with the Hulk, the Defenders, the Fantastic Four. This is a guy who has been... he hung out with the Inhumans when he helped Triton. He hung out with the Scarlet Witch, which is going to piss Atomic off because she hates the Scarlet Witch. I'm double checking to see if there's anyone else I put in my notes. Yeah, that was pretty much everybody. Yeah. So what's this dude do? Well, basically, he made himself a suit that allows him to swim at superhuman speeds, survive underwater, shoot blasts. He has superhuman strength. He can glide. He can't really fly, but he can glide. He is very intelligent. He has very specific information, and he is resistant to radiation in the suit. I love that this dude has just like, I mean, like, look at like all the stuff with My Hero Academia, The age of the suit hero is coming back. It's coming back. Can we get Stingray? I want an ocean hero. I just want one. I want it to be this one. He's earned it. Give my man a movie. Please. Please give my man a movie. He has been around for years. He beat Namor underwater. And someone's going to come in and say, Namor was weakened at the time. I'm like, I don't care. Anyone who beats up Namor, I will tongue kiss you. I will make out with you hardcore. Beat him up, and I will, and my life is yours. I hate that fucking fish. And this dude beat him up. And he's not even like, he's not an Atlantean. He's not a god. He's not radioactive. He's just a guy who made a suit, and he's like, I'm gonna go under the sea. I want to be where Namor is, so I can punch him in his face. Let me see. What else did I write down for this dude? He did appear in Armor Wars. Basically, okay, I could do a whole thing about Armor Wars, but basically, at a certain point, Tony Stark was like, I don't want anyone to use my tech. People have been selling my tech and stealing my tech, and it's fallen into the wrong hands, and he just goes off, and he just starts taking people out. He fought S.H.I.E.L.D., he fought the government, he fought various supervillains, he fought various superheroes. One of them was Stingray, because he was like, well, components of my technology are in Stingray, blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna take a look at that real quick, because I found you something. I found you something. We'll bring you back in a moment, Stingray. We'll bring you back in just a moment. All right, let me get this queued up here. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba. I need to get smaller. I'm too big again. Ba 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 da ba da be. Okay, and here we go. We're not gonna watch this whole thing, but we're gonna watch like a couple seconds of it. Iron Man doing a sneak attack.
Chest on fire. I gotta rest. Nothing happened. Stingray's equipment isn't based on Stark technology.
Haha!
What have I done?
Well, let's see. Near as I can figure, you've trespassed on federal property, assaulted a naval officer, and taken a dip without waiting an hour after mealtime.
I don't have time for one of your morale.
Yeah, so that's from the Iron Man animated series. It's a pretty fun show. It has a really cool intro. If you've never seen it, definitely recommend. They did a lot of cool world building. I love Stingray. And, like, I know Stingray's never gonna be, like... Actually, no. Screw that. You look at, like, Marvel Comics, the characters who are popular now are popular because they got attention. Because they were given a shot. So, there's nothing stopping Stingray from becoming as popular as Captain America or Iron Man or any of those people. Give him his chance. He's earned it. He has done his time. He has been around for a very, very long time. I love his powers. I love his design. He's just cool looking. And, like, you don't have that many ocean heroes, especially now with, like... There's been at least 2 instances where Namor has shown up and been like, I am Namor, the Submariner. That's the sound he makes when he shows up. And then he farts a little bit. He just wrecks everybody. He showed up in Wakanda, and he just wrecked everybody. And then he showed up in Marvel Zombies and just decimated everyone. And that's an alternate universe, I know, but I'm like, yo, I would. This is one of the few men who can claim to have beaten Namor on his own turf. And he's like, dude, he's a Navy guy. He's an oceanographer. He's smart. He's cool. He has a unique design. He stands out. He's like, he's not a dick. He's not like coming in and being super controversial. Also, during the Civil War, he was with Captain America against the Superhuman Registration Act. So there you go. He did eventually, after Captain America died, he did join the initiative, and he accepted a pardon. So he did, like, you know, when Cap's dead after the Civil War, he's like, all right, well, it is what it is. This is for Atomic too. So Atomic, when they did the Axis storyline, where a bunch of people got inverted and Doctor Doom started his own Avengers team, he recruited Stingray. Yeah. Yeah. He recruited Stingray, and they fought the Scarlet Witch. He rescued a bunch of people from a debris-filled river. I didn't like the Mercs with Money books too much. I think Deadpool needs to go back to being Deadpool and, like, stop trying to make him the Harley Quinn of Marvel. Please. Thank you. That'd be great. Let's see here. I'm looking at my notes, seeing what else. I mean, he's fought a bunch of sort of Namor villains. He fought like Tiger Shark and Captain Barracuda. Let's see. He fought Namor a couple times more after that. And he even gets named an ambassador to Atlantis because he has been of service. Because, like, you know, Namor's like, oh man, Tiger Shark's on the loose. Who can I call? And it's like, Stingray. Boom. He's here. He is the one. He will swim. Imagine the balls it takes to have designed a suit and to jump into the ocean with a guy who's been around basically forever, who was like, I was around for World War II, and it's like, and I was around a lot longer than that, and then fight that man. The first rule of Ocean Fight Club is don't piss Stingray off. He will swim down there and beat you up. I love the Iron Man cartoon, but they had to have him win that fight with Stingray by basically ambushing him and dropping a mountain on him. That was the only way for him to win. It's like, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm going to just, you know, sneak up and use sonic waves. When we still want to see Anita trick, hey Atomic, you're a good girl. I love Stingray. He's so cool. I really, really hope that we get something with him. I hope that it comes after the new Doomsday movie, because, like, if they do it now, anything they do now doesn't really matter. It's all gonna get like, oh, that was in the other universe. Now we're going to start our new universe. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking forward to Doomsday, but it's like, well, can we get the characters to stay around now? Let me grab Stingray. You're awesome. I love you. I hope to see you again soon. We're gonna talk about one more. Well, we're gonna talk about two more things. I want to show you all these weird goddamn ads. I was talking to people about this earlier. So Magic the Gathering, every few years they go in and they come up with like some new sets and like they'll put out like, it's like, do you like us now? Come on, bro. Buy some I've had my Discord be like, every time a new Magic set comes out, the whole Discord comes alive with people being like, Saku, look, new Magic stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. I asked them today, I was like, hey, do y'all want me to buy Magic cards? I was at the store and they had Final Fantasy Magic cards and I was like, should I buy these and like open them on stream? Hydrate. All right. And nobody really seemed that interested. Like Shameless was like, I'd watch, and I'm like, oh well, thank you, Shameless. But like people weren't like rampant for it, so I was like, okay, I guess they don't care. All right, so I'm gonna grab this ad. I'm gonna turn off my music. These things are weird as hell. These creatures are weird as hell. Check this out. These little weirdos.
They call it a shock land.
I wonder why.
Well, it's because you get shocked when you touch it.
No.
What do you mean, no? It's the
way.
truth. Well, try it, Jim.
Okay. You got me.
They're so weird. They're little weird creeps. They're little puppets. I love puppets. They're little creepy weird Muppet babies. It's Scraggle!
This stuff is really soothing. This M-A-S... What is it? ASMR. What? A-M-R? It... What are you saying? ASMR! Sorry. ASMR. Yes.
That's the image I'm gonna have on screen. This is from the Lorwyn set, I think is what they're calling this. I like the weird little puppets. All the cards seem to be like little elves and stuff. I was like, I don't really. I just want Vivi. That's really all I'm like. It's like how to get sock. I'm like, I've seen 2 Magic cards that almost made me pick up Magic the Gathering decks. One was Claim Jumper, and the other one was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lion lady who got leaked because I thought she was funny. And I liked the idea of like being like, I'm gonna make a deck that's just gonna roll in and be like, hi Atomic. That's gonna be like, I'm just gonna spawn a bunch of mutants and just be a pain in the ass. Which is kind of the same thing as Claim Jumper. Let me grab, I have one more thing I want to talk about today. Goodbye, window, we don't need you anymore. This is not a secret, no one needs to worry, I'm not doxing myself. This is known. I live in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has a lot of really cool things about it. And one of them is Pittsburgh. I'm going to cite this. So we're going on a little journey here. Bear with me. Okay. It's so funny they accidentally made some cards too powerful because they keep making mutants. Yeah, I mean, but they'll just ban those cards. They're just gonna be like, that card is now banned. You can't use it anymore. It's like, oh. Okay, cool, dude. Really glad I spent a bunch of money on that deck. And you don't want to work now. That's neat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so if you're looking at this, this is St. Anthony's Chapel. It is located here in Pittsburgh over in Troy Hill. I am not in Troy Hill, so don't worry. I have been here. So the reason I wanted to highlight this and why I think it is cool is it is said to house the largest collection of holy relics anywhere in the world except for the Vatican and possibly one other site. Some folks have said that the relic treasury of the Spanish crown at Escorial may be larger. So if you go to this church, it's like, from the outside, it's just like a neat little church. It's like, oh, that's pretty. It's just tucked away in the middle of like, middle of Troy Hill. You go inside, and it's like, oh, this is pretty. And like, I'm not gonna lie, don't come to Pittsburgh to see this. There's other cool things to see, but if you're here and you like history, it is interesting. The tour is not great. When I went, the person who was doing the tour wasn't there, and the only person who was there was sick, but she was still very, very nice, and she was like, oh, we have headphones with like recorded audio that walks you through the whole place, because the whole place is just filled with relics. I have a list of some of the relics here for you. Let me grab you these. Okay. Let's see. It contains more than 800 reliquary cases displayed in ornate settings that line the walls from floor to ceiling. The solid walnut cases that house the relic collection were produced by local German-American artists Leo Beckert and Fritz Alserman. Prominent pieces in the collection include a thorn from the Crown of Thorns, the complete skeletal remains of Saint Demetrius, the skull of martyred saints named Macarius and Stephana, several of Saint Ursula's companions, and a saint named Theodore. The central relic of the collection is kept beneath a side altar to the right of the triumphal arch. A molar tooth of Saint Anthony, claimed to be the only principal relic of the saint, kept outside of Padua. Those other relics include slivers of the True Cross, clothing that was blessed by the Virgin Mary and Saint Joseph, Some relics are visible only at close range, while others are kept out of public view, such as a small fragment of the Last Supper table, which is housed within the Mensa of the High Altar. Okay. It is very, very cool to go in there and see all of these relics. If only for the, not for, if you're religious, you're religious. If you're not, you're not. But it is historically interesting and significant to go in there and see this. Because, there is also a museum. The museum, it's like a little gift shop. It's a gift shop. It's not a museum. It's a gift shop. The attached building is not really a museum. You can get a greeting, a postcard, or a chocolate cross kind of stuff. Come on down, get a chocolate cross. Yeah, I'm good, but thanks. Atomic, do you want a chocolate cross? Okay, so I do want to talk about the church itself and this collection and all these things. So the person who's kind of central to this story is a father by the name of Sudbert Mollinger. He was born in 1828. He died in 1892. He was a pastor. He's dedicated to Saint Anthony of Padua. The chapel. So basically, he built this chapel. It was basically going to be a place of worship and to house all of these relics. Many of these relics were acquired during periods of political upheaval, such as, and I'm going to say this wrong, I apologize, I am not German, the Kulturkampf in Germany and the Italian unification when monastic treasures were dispersed. Mollinger initially housed the relics in his private residence. A larger chapel was originally planned as a joint project between him and his parishioners, with each contributing equally. When the parish declined to raise the necessary funds, Mollinger financed the entire construction himself using inheritance from his family in Belgium. Work began in 1882, and it was dedicated exactly 1 year later on June 13th, 1883. You know what churches are really bad about? Raising money to actually build shit. They'll just raise the money and they never build the shit. But this guy got this thing built in a year. He's like, hey, we're all going to contribute to do this, right? And they're like, nah, we're good. And he was like, fine, I'll do it my damn self. Let me see. What else did I note down here? Okay. Within a few years, he decided to expand the chapel. A nave was added, extending towards the street, providing greater space for pilgrims. It was rededicated in 1892. Let's see. And he died 2 days following surgery for a ruptured stomach in 1892. So this dude basically spent years collecting these relics, then gets this thing built, gets this thing rededicated for the Feast of St. Anthony, and then died 2 days later after surgery. I'm like, wow, he was done. He did die. He died intestate, and his heirs, exercising their rights to his estate, removed many valuables from the chapel, including crystal chandeliers, a black onyx altar, and candelabra. The parishioners subsequently purchased the chapel and its remaining contents for $30,000, a sum equivalent to $1,050,000 in 2024 dollars. By the 1970s, the chapel had fallen into significant disrepair. A 1972 committee was organized to raise funds for restoration, which they began that work in 1974. The restoration, which cost more than $260,000 or $1.35 million in 2024 dollars, was financed entirely through donations from parishioners and the wider public. Community advocates played an important role in the effort, particularly Troy Hill resident Mary Wobbler, who collected and sold roofing slates from the chapel for $5 apiece to support the restoration work. Girls get it done every time. The restoration addressed structural problems, repaired the roof and stained glass windows, and thoroughly cleaned and refurbished the interior. The reliquaries, many of which had been darkened by neglect and smoke, were carefully restored, and new safeguards were introduced to protect the accompanying certificates of authenticity. An antique Czechoslovakian crystal chandelier was sourced from Byzantine Catholic parish in, I may say this name wrong, I apologize, Charleroi, and installed in the nave, and a skylight was installed to improve lighting. The chapel reopened in 1977 with a Thanksgiving Mass led by Bishop Leonard. The chapel was originally built by private funds. I'm just reading through this real quick. In 2019, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh reorganized several parishes and shrines into a new grouping known as the Shrines of Pittsburgh. Hi, Ronma. Ronma! Hi, Ronma. How are you? In 2019, yeah, so they reestablished, basically the idea was to like reorganize everything to get more pilgrims to come to Pittsburgh. It was included in a grouping along with St. Patrick and St. Stanislaus of Kroska in the Strip District, the Immaculate Heart of Mary in the Polish District, and St. Nicholas in Millvale. At least you didn't throw mayo at me. If you threw mayo at me, I'd ban you. I would ban you. No one throws mayo at me. But yeah, this is a really cool site. If you ever come to Pittsburgh, and you are interested in history or religious relics, and it's interesting because like most of these relics were collected in times when people were like, oh my god, these relics are going to be like lost and just, you know, by wars and reorganizing. And it's always sad to think like how much stuff has been lost over the years because someone dropped a bomb on something. You know, like the Sphinx lost its nose because Napoleon. But then they found the Rosetta Stone, but then they stole it, so, you know, generally speaking, maybe we just shouldn't have wars anymore. I think we don't, and I don't think anyone wants those. Let's just not do them. Let's just not do them anymore. They're bad. Right? Like, we don't need any more of those. We did some. We're good. We don't need any more of them. But yeah, I've actually been there. Don't throw mayo at Saku. That's not the best thing to do. Yeah, don't throw mayo at me. That's rude. Train. That's why Train has a VIP badge. Train is always on my side. Train is the Kabusi. I'm playing with my hair today. I hate mayo. I hate mayo more than Prism did. I hate mayo. I hate it. It's disgusting. And before someone says, oh, you have to try sushi mayonnaise, I'm like, no, get the hell out of here. It's gross. I hate it more than you do, Rama. I hate mayonnaise. It is disgusting. I saw a dude, and he was on TikTok, and he was like, oh, everybody, I found a new way to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You take peanut butter, and you put that on one side of the bread, and then you take jelly, and you put that on the other side of the bread, and then you take mayonnaise, and you put it on both of those sides, and then you put it together. Like, bleh! Ew! You put mayonnaise in PB&J? That's nasty. Why would you do that, man? Ew! Ew! I'm like, this has got to be. I'm all like, he's not gonna eat that. He's not gonna. He ate it. He ate that shit. I hate mayo more than Prism, yes. And Prism and I fight over this. I always am like, I hate it more than you do. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, I do. I hate it more than you. I hate mayonnaise. I also hate mac and cheese, but I really only hate like Kraft mac and cheese, because my dad got it so many times, and like my sister loves it. Just the smell makes me want to puke. It is that fake ass, nasty smelling. Also, if mayo is on the outside, how... Okay, so I'm going to explain this again, because I think I explained it incorrectly, so I apologize. So you take bread. You lay each of the bread side by side. On one slice, you put peanut butter. On the other slice, you put jelly. Then on top of both of those sides, so on top of the peanut butter and on top of the jelly, you put mayo. So both of the slices of bread are getting mayonnaise, and then he put it together. And I was like, that is disgusting. That is nasty, gross shit. I don't want it. I don't want to be anywhere near it. That is foul. Y'all want to see like the worst grilled cheese? You want to see the worst grilled cheese ever? Yeah, mayo is layer 2. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see. I'm trying to find a version of this video. Yeah, I found it. Disgusting. It is disgusting. It's gross. It's like, dude, you're allowed to like what you like. If you like to put mayonnaise on your peanut butter and jelly, that's okay. You're allowed. You are allowed to do that. Don't put that shit on the internet. That's gross. Okay, so this is Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay screwed up grilled cheese.
Oh my goodness me.
Gordon used rich people cheese rather than the standard fake American cheese. He couldn't even cut the ridiculous sourdough bread. Gordon disgustingly put kimchi in as well.
Homemade kimchi.
Nothing wrong with kimchi,
a
but
nice
like,
spicy
I don't
texture.
want it
He
on my
then
grilled
cooked on the
cheese.
fireplace even though he had a stove. Gordon burnt the bread and the cheese was still raw. That didn't stop Gordon saying,
The cheese is melted.
And
beautiful.
Look,
So
the
good.
cheese isn't melted,
That
Gordon.
is delicious.
why was he lying? Since Gordon Ramsay screwed...
Gordon, that cheese was not melted at all. If I ever meet Gordon Ramsay, I'm going to ask him about that. He'll get mad at me. He'll be like, shut up. Shut your filthy... It's fucking raw! It was raw. It was raw. I would have respected him so much more if he would have been like, hey, this didn't come through. I'm like, I give you credit for trying, man. Kimchi. The liar. Yeah, Nitty Gritty City. Exactly. He's lying. He ate that. She's like, immaculate. Chef's kiss. And I'm like, that shit was nasty. 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 Wait a sec. I'm checking something really quick here. I am checking something really quick. Give me just a second. Ooh, okay. One creation you made that's pretty delicious is GCBLT, a BLT grilled cheese. I would eat that. Yeah, no, BLT grilled cheese. Yeah, 100%. That's that. There are things that I feel like you have to experiment to make new things as a culinary person. And there's things that you're like, hey, I'm gonna put kimchi on my grilled cheese. I'm like, I'll try it. I like kimchi. The grilled cheese that you want to try making is the Good Eats grilled cheese. The Good Eats grilled cheese. What's the Good Eats grilled cheese? Good Eats grilled cheese. The Perfect Grilled Cheese Sandwich by Alton Brown. Oh, okay. Let's see. Place 2-inch cast iron skillet over high heat for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, spread the mustard. Mustard? Mustard? You add jalapeno powder to your grilled... Who's putting mustard on a grilled cheese? Okay, put mustard on 1 slice of bread. Distribute the cheese evenly over the mustard. Season with pepper. And top with a 2nd slice of bread. Stuff the bread... Or brush the bread surface with clarified butter. Go for even coverage. Don't soak the bread or it won't brown. When the pans are hot, kill the heat and place the sandwich topside down in the middle of the skillet. Yeah, how you make your grilled cheese. Wait until the cheese melts. I'm gonna pass on this. I don't want mustard on my grilled cheese. I don't want mustard on my grilled... Why can't... You know what? Okay, I'll tell you all something. Sometimes I want a grilled cheese, but I don't want to, like, dirty a whole pan and then be like, I say, dude, I just want something that I can, like, grab and go. So I'll take... my toaster broke, so I haven't had a toaster, so I haven't done this in a while. But I'll take, like, 2 pieces of bread, put it in the toaster, and then I'll just take the cold cheese and, like, fold it over and, like, pop that in there, and I eat it, and it melts a little bit. It is not a grilled cheese, but it has a similar flavor profile. Not this one. Let me try to find it. Yeah, I don't want mustard on my grilled cheese. That's weird. That's weird. That's like when people come in and like, you know what this needs? Salmon. And you're like, we're eating grapes, man. I don't want... Get out of here. Get out of here. Did y'all see that weird-ass duck? There's that truffle pizza, too, that's like $2,000 or something. I'm looking... We're falling down a food hole now. If you want to recommend weird recipes for me for another tower tour, feel free. You can do it in the Discord. We have a kitchen. I applaud anyone for going in there and recommending weird... I fall down that rabbit hole.
I want to cook my steak rare, so by touching the steak.
Get out of here, Gordon. Go away. You lost your chance. You lost your chance. Ew. Ew. I'm looking at grilled cheese. I'm looking at grilled cheese recipes that people are like recommending, and someone was like, I put Vegemite on my grilled cheese. But no. Absolutely not. No, I am not putting Vegemite on a grilled cheese. Get the hell out of here. This dude's like, put Nutella on it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Do not put Nutella on your grilled cheese. These are crimes. These are sandwich crimes. Look, I'm grabbing the little no guy. Wait, I have to get him. Give me a sec. Where did I put this? Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. Here. There you go. There. Better than a Nutella grilled cheese, I swear to... Wait, are you rigged to me? Ha, 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 ha. It is! It's rigged to me! Yeah! Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing. Wait, do you... I can wiggle my eyebrows now. Oh, by the way, the tracking... So, Liara, who made my model, is also going to be doing art for Trevor. We're going to have some Trevor art. It's going to be part of my model. Trevor is the cassowary who also lives here. Oh, I did the wrong shout out. Give me one sec. There you go. So Trevor is going to have art. It is get jiggly. Trevor's going to have art. I did add to Throne if people want to contribute. If you want to contribute to like getting Trevor rigged or expressions, it'll probably be like February or March before we get the Trevor art. Yeah, Trevor. That thing is wild. That is wild. I'm really glad I did Tower Tours this way. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think that you all are enjoying it too. I hope you are all enjoying it. These are going to become a monthly thing. So I want to do more just chatting stuff, but like I don't do well with like just like going live and being like, I'm going to talk about whatever pops into my head. I have to prepare. I have to have like something to talk about. And wait, you were wrong. That was the grilled cheese. You'd honestly forgot. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's good. People put mustard on cheese sandwiches. I just don't want mustard on a grilled cheese. Like, I literally just want bread, put some butter on it, slap some cheese between it, grill it until the cheese melts, and then give it to me. That's all I want. You don't need to... I am easy. You can buy me a grilled cheese at Dairy Queen, and I will love you forever. I am that easy. I will eat a Dairy Queen grilled cheese with a honest to God smile on my face. The only way to improve that is when they put it in the bag and you get French fries and some of the fries get stuck to the grilled cheese. So you get a little like cheese fry action going. It's the best thing ever. It is the best thing ever, except for all of you, because my community is really the best thing ever. So thank you for being here. I am gonna be back. I have Monday off. It is Martin Luther King Day. So I think I'm going to do a long stream because I owe you all an 8-hour stream. I will definitely stream that day. I don't know if I'm going to do like a long stream yet or if I'm going to hold out. But we will be back. We will be back. I will be doing a stream that day. Tomorrow we're playing Dungeons and Dragons in Discord, over in Prism's Discord. We're going to be wrapping up an adventure that went pretty wild last time, so that's going to be fun. And we're going to have our watch party in the next couple weeks. I'll announce this. Guess who's going to be my guest for the next Stings, Wings, and Other Things? Type your guest in chat. I'll just play with my hair until someone guesses. Yeah, we've already approved the guest. It is Momo! Atomic wins nothing except Momo. It's my friend Momo. Momo's gonna be my next guest. Freya was my guest this month. Freya is a very, very cool dragon. And speaking of Freya, Freya is streaming right now, so we are gonna do a raid on Freya. And Freya is a very cool. You will have fun with Freya. Freya is playing Jackbox. Atomic wins Saku's ice cream sandwich. No, I still haven't forgiven Atomic for eating my ice cream sandwich. I don't think I ever really will. It broke my heart. She stole my ice cream sandwich. She skated in. She was wearing a bikini, and she had painted herself all red like Deadpool, and she took my ice cream sandwich, and she called me a bitch, and she ate it. And then she skated away. And I was very sad. It was my only... I don't like that many desserts. I don't like that many desserts, so I was very, very sad. And Atomic just laughed. And then she denies it. And every time she denies it, it makes me even sadder. It makes me even sadder. Each time she denies it, it's... Speaking, you built a Deadpool... Ooh, a Deadpool model kit. That's cool. Yeah, Atomic's playing Deadpool in Marvel Rivals. Go check out Atomic. Atomic is a very talented streamer. She streams a lot. I really enjoyed watching her play Sly Cooper the other day. But she plays a lot of Marvel Rivals, All That Could Have Happened, and if it was mint ice cream sandwich, I'd have believed it was Prism. Look, Prism wouldn't steal my ice cream sandwich. She would just take it. She'd just walk up and be like, Saku, give me that. And I'd give it to her. Prism's a good girl. And then Raid is going. Remember to play more games, be safe, copy the Raid message, tell Freya, hey, Freya is very cool. Bye-bye, Pebbles!